Relax and allow tonight's story to gently ease you to sleep. Heather and Zinnia, The Warmth Within. His story is about Heather and a fire spirit named Zinnia, who together bring warmth and light to a snow-covered village. Once upon a time, in a village nestled among snow-capped mountains, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Heather. Heather had a special bond with the elements, especially fire. One winter's evening, while collecting wood in the forest, Heather stumbled upon a glowing ember that seemed to pulse with life. Fascinated, she knelt down and extended her hand. To her astonishment, the ember sprang to life, transforming into a tiny fire spirit named Zinnia. Zinnia had vibrant, flickering wings and eyes that glowed like molten gold. Heather felt an immediate connection with Zinnia and invited her to stay. Zinnia, who had been wandering alone, gratefully accepted. From that night on, Heather and Zinnia became inseparable. The fire spirit brought warmth to Heather's home, keeping the cold at bay and filling their small abode with a comforting glow. Heather loved to listen to Zinnia's stories of the fire realms, tales filled with fiery dragons and vast oceans of magma. One particularly harsh winter, the village faced an unrelenting blizzard. Heather and the villagers struggled to keep warm as their firewood dwindled. Sensing the dire situation, Zinnia summoned the full extent of her powers. She created a circle of warmth that spread throughout the village, melting the snow and ice, and bringing life back to the frosty world. The villagers, initially wary of the spirit, grew to love Zinnia for her selfless act. They held a grand celebration in her honor, dancing around bonfires that Zinnia ignited with her magic. Heather watched with pride and love, knowing that their friendship had brought light to many lids. As the years went by, Heather and Zinnia remained the heart and soul of their village. Every winter, Zinnia's warmth ensured that no one suffered from the cold, and Heather's announced kindness spread through the community. The bond between Heather and Zinnia was an everlasting flame, a testament to the power of warmth, both in heart and heart. And this story begins to guide you closer to sleep. Petunia and Geraniums, Warm Evening. This story is about a girl named Petunia who helps a lost fox named Geranium, leading to a heartwarming friendship. In a small serene village surrounded by rolling hills and dotted with colorful gardens, lived a kind-hearted girl named Petunia. She had chestnut brown hair that cascaded down her back in gentle waves, and the eyes that sparkled like the morning dew. One crisp autumn evening, Petunia decided to take a walk in the woods. Wrapped in her cozy red cloak, she followed the winding path as the leaves crunched beneath her boots. As she ventured deeper into the forest, a sudden rustling noise caught her attention. Out from behind a bush emerged a fox with a glossy orange coat and cunningly bright eyes. The fox looked cold and a bit lost. Petunia, with her ever-present warmth, knelt down and extended her hand. "Hello, little one. Are you lost?" The fox tilted its head, its eyes softening. "My name is Geranium," it said, much to Petunia's surprise. "I got separated from my family, and now I can't find my way back." Petunia's heart went out to the little fox. "Don't worry, Geranium. I'll help you," she assured with a comforting smile. Together, Petunia and Geranium sat through the forest. Petunia talked softly to Geranium, sharing stories of her family and the village, creating a bond of friendship. As the night grew colder, she handed Geranium her red cloak to keep him warm. Geranium snuggled into the cloak, grateful for Petunia's kindness. Eventually, they found Geranium's family at the edge of the forest, near a brow lit by the glow of fireflies. Geranium's family rejoiced, and Petunia's heart was warmed by their happiness. "Thank you, Petunia," Geranium said, his his eyes shining with gratitude. "You have given me more than warmth tonight. You have given me hope and friendship." Petunia returned home that night, her heart filled with contentment. The stars twinkled like diamonds as she walked back to her cozy cottage. She knew she had made a special friend in the forest, and that small acts of kindness could light even the darkest paths. In the quiet of her village, Petunia slept soundly, her dreams filled with warmth and the promise of new adventures. A new chapter begins to bring you peace. Calla and Lotus, a tale of generosity. This story is about the generosity of a woman named Calla and her parrot, Lotus, who together help a lost old man and bring their village together. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a kind-hearted woman named Calla. Calla had a small home adorned with vibrant flowers of every color imaginable. One day, as she was tending to her garden, she heard a faint, melodious chirping. To her surprise, she found a parrot with shimmering green feathers resting on a low branch. The parrot looked weary, so Calla decided to take him in and nurse him back to health. She named him Lotus, after the beautiful flowers that bloomed in her garden. From that day on, Calla and Lotus became inseparable friends. Calla would read stories to Lotus every evening, and Lotus would respond with delightful chirps and sometimes even mimic Calla's voice. The village soon learned about their extraordinary friendship and often visited Calla's garden to see the duo. A winter night, a terrible storm approached the village. Calla and Lotus could hear the wind howling and the rain pounding against the windows. As Calla looked outside, she noticed a faint glimmer of light in the distance. Realizing that it could be someone in trouble, Calla decided to brave the storm. Wrapping herself in a warm cloak and placing Lotus gently inside, she set out towards the light. The journey was arduous, but Calla's determination never wavered. Upon reaching the source of the light, she found an old man who had lost his way and was unable to move due to exhaustion. In Calla's guidance, they carefully led the old man back to Calla's home. Calla offered him warm food, a dry blanket, and a place to rest. The next morning, though a man revealed himself to be a wealthy merchant, moved by Calla's generosity, he gifted her a chest filled with gold coins. Calla, however, distributed the wealth among the villagers, ensuring everyone had enough to withstand the harsh winter. Her generosity knew no bounds. Lotus, perched on her shoulder, chirped cheerfully, knowing that they had made a significant difference in the lives of those around them. From that day forth, Calla and Lotus were celebrated not just for their unique friendship, but for their boundless generosity, which brought the village together in times of hardship. Here, on is another comforting story for you. Azalea and the Playful Spirit, a Tale of Honesty. This story is about Azalea and her spirit friend Petunia, who find a lost necklace and the journey of honesty they undertake to return it to its rightful owner. In a quaint little village nestled between rolling green hills, lived a kind-hearted girl named Azalea. She had a spirit friend called Petunia, who was a playful entity that loved to bring joy and laughter. One sunny afternoon, Azalea and Petunia decided to explore the forest beyond the village. As they wandered deeper into the lush woods, they found a small, sparkling creek. They splashed around, letting the cool water refresh them. While playing, they noticed a shimmer of gold in the water. Azalea reached down and found a beautiful golden necklace with a delicate locket. Petunia, with her eyes wide in excitement, suggested they keep it. But Azalea felt a pang of uncertainty. "This might belong to someone," she said softly. Petunia pouted, but Azalea's integrity shone through. They decided to ask around the village if anyone had lost the necklace. Door by door, they went, describing the precious find. Many admired the necklace, but no one claimed it. Days turned into a week, and still, no owner came forward. Azalea was about to give up when they arrived at the final house. Inside lived an elderly woman named Aurora, who welcomed them warmly. "Why that hide my necklace, my necklace," she exclaimed, tears of joy welling up in her eyes. Aurora had lost it years ago while walking in the woods, and had given up hope of ever finding it. She fed Azalea profusely, and as a token of gratitude, she gave Azalea a small, intricately carved box. Inside was a beautiful charm that shimmered like a rainbow. Aurora explained that the charm was said to bring happiness to those with a pure heart. Azalea's heart swelled with pride and happiness, and Petunia giggled with delight. They knew they had done the right thing. From that day on, Azalea and Petunia's bond grew even stronger, built on a foundation of trust and honesty. They continued to explore and have fun, always remembering the importance of doing what was right. And when they looked at the charm, they were reminded of the goodness in their hearts and the joy that honesty can bring. Thank you for listening. Sweet dreams and peace.